for contenders that we have in UAP Season 86. Now, get things going. Turn you over to our arena announcer.
Let us now meet the starters first for the National University Nazareth School Bullpups. Middle blocker number 1, Glenn Tion. Center, their team captain number 2, Jeff Gallego. Outside hitter number 8, Matthew Abbott. Another outside hitter number 10, Cart Lascuna. Middle blocker number 17, Nix again. Opposite hitter number 20, Aaron Escasim. And the starting libero number 5, Sherwin Retiro. Coaching the Bullpups is Edgar Baroga. It is now time to be the starters for the University of the Philippines Integrated School Junior Fighting Maroons. Setter number 1, Lawrence Rabi. Outside hitter, their team captain number 8, J.M. Navarro. Middle blocker number 10, Manfred Rosete. Opposite hitter number 11, Noah Parungao. Middle blocker number 12, Raven Pascual. Outside hitter number 14, Japet Casabar. And the starting libero number 3, Marco Bamba. Coaching the Junior Fighting Maroons is Hans Chuakuko.
Presenting the starters for the Bullpups, we have Casim, Tion, Lascuna, Retiro, Gallego, Eager, and Abbott wearing white with complementary gold and dark blue. For today, they're coming in with a record of 8 wins and 2 losses, number 2 so far in our tournament. But for the Fighting Maroons, we have Navarro, Rosete, Rabi, Bamba, Parungao, Pascual, and Casabar wearing black with complementary maroon and white. A team that has lost 9 straight after their season opening victory against the Ateneo Blue Eagles. A victory that, by the way, was such a big one. We had to celebrate it because it snapped a 64-game losing streak for UPIS. Their first win since season 77 of the UAAP, which was back in 2015. And by the way, UPIS is coming off of a heartbreaking loss against De La Salle Zobel in 5 sets. So that's certainly a good thing for them. Maybe they can carry some momentum against NU, who are also coming off of a heartbreaking loss against FEU Diliman. Here's the attack from the back. That didn't work for Casabar. And the counter for NU is a cross-court hit, courtesy of one of their tallest hitters. Let's see that once again. Beautiful angle right there from the opposite angle. Team captain Jeff Gallego, their setter. Now serving, that's out. A mistake by the leader of NU. And there you see the leader himself of the team as their head coach. It's Edgar Baroga, who we have seen heading Signal, Santa Lucia, and Jurflor as well in the past couple of years for the PVL. Strong hit. Straight outside for NU, but there was a net touch committed by a Fighting Maroon. So it's 2-1 now in favor of Cart Lascuna and the rest of the Bullpups. For those of you who are watching this game on Pilipinas Live, thank you. And you may also join us inside the Adamson University Gym in San Marcelino for our UAAP High School Boys Volleyball action. Set up by the team captain onto their top scorer. That is Matthew Abbott. Soft-spoken as always. He is one of the youngsters, as we should say, in this lineup for Coach Edgar Baroga. Not graduating as of yet, but he has a lot of potential. Lascuna will be serving again. Clark will send it in. Libero got the first ball. Rabi sets it up. Back row hit. That was read well. Easily by Glenn Pion. Let's see the replay. Yeah, that was Glenn's left arm that caught the ball. He was, of course, aided by Matthew Abbott. 4 serving 1. That's an error. Second point in his game for the Fighting Maroons. We have Manfred Rosete about to approach the service line. One of the dual athletes that we have in UPIS. He also plays basketball. Got to give credit to those types of players who obviously do a lot for their school. And speaking of doing a lot for your school, how about Matthew Abbott again scoring for NU? His approach to the middle, sending that ball straight to zone number 5. Service by Glenn Tion, a misreceive, and that's an ace. Not much power needed there. Well enough to get the point. Glenn serves again. This time, a better receive by Japet Casabar. But JM Navarro was rejected. There was a wall in front of him, and that's Kasim. He was able to return that ball. Oh, sorry, that was actually Miguel Eager. Was there a net touch? Looks like there wasn't. That's a point for Mr. Eager once more. See what happened? Mr. Eager, who comes from Puerto Princesa. He says that hindi siya nahirapan mag-transition papuntang Maynila dahil ang nag-recruit lang naman sa kanya ay yung mismong nag-recruit kay Micaelo Butzbudin, who is one of the stars now in the collegiate division that we have in the UAAP. Oh, that's an error by JM Navarro on his serve. And he obviously knew it from the moment that he hit the ball. Kasim will now do the honors. They have a 6-point advantage. Misreceive for the libero. That's Marco Bamba, UPIS. Nice serve there by Kasim. Here comes the lefty again. And with the help of the net, he gets back-to-back aces. Now we have a timeout for Coach Hans Chuacuco as we take a look at the second ace of Mr. Kasim. Let's resume the action for NU versus UPIS. Kasim serves, not the best of receives. And this is a chance given up for the guys in white. Ooh, whistle blown at the net. There was a touch done by a Fighting Maroon. 9-point lead now. Kasim continues to serve. Set up by Rabi, back row, JM Navarro against 2 blockers. He scores. What a way for this guy to start being a part of volleyball by just watching his mom in Caloocan. And in the same court, in that same barangay court, naglaro ng exhibition game si Coach Hans Chuacuco at doon nakilala ni JM Navarro ang kanyang head coach ngayon sa UPIS. Eventually, he was able to try out and now become the leader of the Fighting Maroons. There's Coach Hans. Wonder what he felt or what he saw as well in JM the first time that he met him in Caloocan. Service for Matthew Abbott. Back row. That's read well by Miguel Eager. Miguel Eager. His mom also was an athlete. But she was a softball athlete back in the day. Actually, Eager, as I mentioned, played basketball, and you would see some tendencies with the way that he moves. It's quite similar to how basketball players move on the court. Navarro with a pancake save, leading into this free ball. And that's an attack point for Miguel Eager. Finding the right corner. Great capitalization for NU. It's a nice save though by JM Navarro. There's Eager with a hit. Abbott with a serve. Navarro receives. Rabi set up to the open. Ball deflected and put up by Sherwin Retiro. Chance ball now for UP. Let's see if they can capitalize. That's long. And no check ball for Japet Casabar. I did mention this guy has a lot of responsibility on his shoulders, not only for this year, but he's looking to lead the whole of UPIS up until next year, where he's expected to be the team captain. Rabi, back to Japet. Pambawi. Yes, sir. Japet Casabar is in grade 11. The only guy following JM Navarro, who's the lone man graduating for Coach Hans Chuacuco. Those are the only two players who were playing volleyball already before the pandemic. Everybody else just started playing the sport for these past 2 years. Ooh, that's a hammer by Miguel Eager. But a great act of sportsmanship as well by him as he apologized to the person that he hit off of that monstrous hit. Eager will now be serving. They're up by 12. Misreceived by Bamba. And a good chance now for NU. They send it to the left pin. And that's long. On the attack by Cartlas Cunha. Japet Casabar. Ball goes in, misreceived by Sherwin Retiro. Uncharacteristically, as I should say. It's a good serve by Japet. And a nice smile coming from the young man. 7 serving 17 now in the first set of this matchup. Casabar will send it in. There's the setup. Ooh, down the line hit. That's outside though for Cartlas Cunha, who thought that the ball actually touched the line. But no sir, it's a point for UPIS. And so, Japet Casabar will continue to serve. There's the approach. And the send-off onto Cartlas Cunha. Back set. That's a back row hit. Leading onto a point. Kasim delivers once more. Such a deadly attacker for NU. He's the tallest guy for them. And he's not even a middle blocker. Here's team captain Jeff Gallego. Known for his composure and smarts on the court. He will set up. Las Cunha, who could not score. UPIS keeping it alive and sending it to the other end. Gallego back to his lefty tall spiker. And Kasim delivers again. Straight to the middle of the back row. 11-point advantage. Jeff Gallego. Ball in. Rabi to the left pin. There was a check called by the linesman, but first referee rules it out. And of course, we shall follow the first referee. It's a point for NU. Here's Jeff Gallego. Received by Casabar. Another chance now for NU. Jeff, combination there. And that's in. Definitely in for Cart Ascuna. Gotta love the cheering squad, by the way, present for NU. Upstairs, you can see them at the top right part of your screen. They've always been present. And syempre, hindi mawawala yung kanilang magandang mga performances or their cheers. Tip there for JM Navarro. It didn't work as the ball went back to their side. We have another timeout for Coach Hans. They're down by 14. Back inside the Adamson University gym for your matchup between NU and UPIS. Mr. Kasim of the Bullpups is doing pretty well so far in set number 1 of our matchup. He and the rest of his team are up by 14 against UPIS. Rabi will give it up to JM Navarro, who had to send it to the other end, but there's the counter. Opposite hit once more for Kasim. Irilis Kasim just continues to look so dominant in this game. He's towering over the players of UP. Jeff Gallego, full rotation for NU. There's the serve. And with the help of the net this time, he just got an ace. Ooh. Players of the Fighting Maroons were absolutely not ready for it. 16 set points for NU. Ball up by Casabar and chased by Rabi. That's sent back by the blockers, and wow, that's a clean return by Glenn Tion, who could have hit the net there. But he was able to avoid his right arm. Or he was able to avoid the net with his right arm. Good job by the middle blocker. So that's it. To finish off set number 1, it's a dominating return from the right pin. As we take a look at some highlights, a lot of highlights from Irilis Kasim. Some good moments for Japit Casabar and company. Unfortunately, if you're going up against UPIS, the usual key is to shut down that guy, JM Navarro, who would still get his points on board. But more often than not, he has been checked by NU. On the other end, the attackers just keep on going, keep on scoring. Or they kept on scoring. Of course, with the right utilization by their team captain and setter Jeff Gallego as well. Score in set number 1 is 25-8. Back for your UAAP Season 86 High School Boys Volleyball action inside the Adamson University gym. This is Mix Gomez as we bring the game to you on Pilipinas Live. And now we actually have the second 6 on the court for Coach Edgar Baroga against the starters for Coach Hans Chuacuco. We've seen this before. But if there's one thing that we know about the second six of Coach Edgar, they're of the same high caliber. Got a lot of talented players in this squad representing National University Nazareth School. So right now, we shall begin with Lawrence Rabi serving for UP Diliman. We are in set number 2 following a dominant set 1 victory for NU. There's the serve. Receive for Yuan Mendoza, and the attack point for Charles Padesa. I actually have a story for that guy. Charles Padesa is from Bocaue, Bulacan, and he just started being exposed to volleyball because of his ate Cassandra, who was playing intramurals for their school before. At dahil doon, nagsimula siya maglaro. He eventually became a varsity player in grade 4. An idol who goes by the name of Eliza Valdez. But this is actually his first playing year for NU, because when he arrived to the program, the pandemic happened. So I'm happy for him that he's able to now display his talents on the national stage. Charles Panessa will continue to serve. They're up 2-0. Misreceive and a chance for NU. They go to Akaak. The ball rolls by the net. But it seems like there was a touch by a UPIS player. Okay, so Charles Vanessa continues to serve. And by the way, let me clarify one thing, as I clarified it to the players of NU earlier today. Panessa still hasn't committed to Ateneo, so he still has a couple of options to reevaluate on. And of course, he's gonna have to earn a spot in the collegiate teams that we have in the UAAP. So good luck to him and the rest of his teammates as well, who are looking to be able to display their talents on that level. We just saw the first point for UPIS here in the second set. So that's a good sign for them. They've been dominated so far by NU. Manfred Rosete will be serving now. Serving has been a challenge for him all season long, but it's good to see that he already has that touch to at least send that ball in. Unfortunately for him and the rest of his squad, Akaak on the other end had a quick answer. Kobe from the opposite angle, able to hit that ball and send it straight to the floor. We now have Milven Francisco serving for NU. Opposite hit. Didn't work for JM Navarro. Counter for Yuan Mendoza. The rally continues. And there's a push. Unfortunately, the whistle was blown. And the point is rewarded to NU Nazareth School. So they're up to 5 points now in the second set. And as you can see, Coach Hans Shuakuko, he's still looking for some answers here against one of the top squads that we have in the UAAP. Bit of a scramble caused by that serve. Chance ball for NU. Let's see if they can capitalize. Running hit. Didn't work. But, that was a hammer leading onto a point. Courtesy of Nardi Zabal. So it's now a 5-point advantage for the Bullpups. As you take a look at the replay, let's see what happened in the previous sequence. Straight to Marco Bamba. All right. So at this point, I'd like to introduce one of the players that we have in UAP Season 86 High School Boys Volleyball. He is the starting setter for De La Salle Zobel. Will be in action later on against UE as you take a look at this point by NU. So we have Jared Pailana joining us here at the broadcast panel. Jared, hello to you. Kamusta ka naman? How are you doing?
Medyo kabado din po.
Kasi bigyan kayo mamaya.
Kalaban din po namin is rank 1.
That's right. But in your previous game, he actually played fairly well, no?
Yes.
Against UPI. Is that UPIS?
Yes, sir.
UPIS, no? And, well, that was a close one, though. That was a close game. It was an escape for your squad. Ikaw ba, coming off of that win versus UPIS, how would you evaluate the status of your team right now in the UAP, and how do you think you're gonna perform against UE?
Since po nanalo po kami against UP, yung momentum po talaga kailangan dalhin namin into the game against UE. Kasi ayun nga po sinabi ko po, sobrang lakas po na team nila.
Yeah.
So, ayun lang po, as a setter nga, motivate ang lahat para makalaro as best as possible.
Well, I see the motivation that you try to do to your teammates on the court. And even the way you celebrate, tinatawag mo sila na samahan ka sa likod. Ikaw ba, because we're gonna see that for sure later on, can you give me an explanation as to how you came up with that type of celebration? Yung tinatawag mo sila na samahan ka papunta dun sa likuran.
Kasi po, dahil po yun kay Chris Paliega po. Siya po talaga nag-start nun. Kasi siya po yung main motivator po talaga ng team namin. So, nung na-injure po siya, nasa sideline lang po, inisip ko, kailangan ko talaga galingan mag-cheer para sa team ko, para galingan din nila.
So parang na-transfer yung energy niya papunta sa'yo, no?
Opo.
Alright. So now, I'd like to ask you a question about this game, no? Because you watched this game ever since you arrived. Are you surprised at all with how these two teams are performing right now? And specifically, are you impressed by what you're seeing from NU?
Of course, kasi nga, high school level pa lang to. And since compared to last year, mas tumaas pa yung level of competition. So, I'm very happy.
Well, we're very happy to have you as well here at the side, and we're very happy to see you again later on as you go up against UE. Best of luck to you.
Thank you po.
Got it? Good luck. Okay, have fun.
Thank you po.
Let's go back to the action. It's now 9-2 in favor of NU Nazareth against UPIS. But the Fighting Maroons just got a point. So they're able to trim the lead down to 6 points. Still is a very comfortable cushion for NU. Here's Noah Parungaw serving for the black shirts. Nice receive there by Briones. A push by Yuan Mendoza, the younger brother of young Mendoza. That leads to a point. You know, I've been very impressed by this guy, Yuan Mendoza, because yes, he can hit the ball straight down, hammering it through for NU, but he's had a lot of smart hits all season long. So that's usually a good indication, you know, for attackers, though, that they're able to vary their attacks, able to outsmart defenders. Something that Nico Almendras is known for in the collegiate ranks. Now UP was able to score in that previous sequence. The score now is 4-10 in the second set. Raven Pascual will now do the honors. Also, a basketball player for UPIS. Running hit. No point for Lardizaval. Well, there it is. The ball was just deflected, and it sailed outside in favor of NU. No more save there for UPIS. Lardizaval serves straight to the back. That's JM Navarro. Casabar sending it long and wide. Coach Hans can only wonder what's going through his mind right now. But you can't blame him. It's obviously very challenging when it comes to forming a volleyball team in the UPIS program, as you get to see that monstrous hit from Japet Casabar. But going back to the UPIS program, you only have a couple of students, just around 100 per batch. So you have limited slots just for students. And imagine how challenging it will be to select from those students in terms of having volleyball players representing the school. On top of that, when you get selected, you also have to retain a good average in your grades. That's why these players, led by JM Navarro, who just scored a point for UPIS, they need to focus on their studies. When it's an academic day, it's an academic day. You don't have any ball trainings. That's usually Tuesdays to Fridays. Kung meron man silang training, weight training lang daw. That happens during Wednesdays. And then, when it comes to their weekends, including the Mondays, kung saan walang pasok po ang UPIS and UP Diliman in general, doon din po nakasingit ng ball training si Coach Hans Chuacuco. Japet Casabar able to score for UPIS. A back row hit that has been an option for them since the start of this game. Which, by the way, is something that you have to love seeing from the high school ranks. Those pipe attacks. Ronquillo to the quick. And that's a quick answer by NU Nazareth School. It's Milben Francisco. Kalel Ronquillo now serves straight to JM Navarro. Back row again against 3 blockers. How tough is that for the attackers of UPIS? But boy, what a read by JM Navarro. Making Mommy Mylene proud with that beautiful, beautiful drop shot. Just the tip, finding the hole in the middle of the defense of NU. 8 serving 13. UPIS not going away that easily. Yuan Mendoza receives, and the push. Chance ball, UP. Can they capitalize? Navarro again. That was sent back. Good coverage by UP. Navarro, was there a check? Either way, it was in. So it's a point for JM. There you go. Yuan Mendoza saw the ball drop straight into zone number 5. Lawrence Rabi just served for UP, which means it's already a full rotation for them. Navarro, ooh, whistle blown. Net touch by NU. And it seems like Coach Edgar is now calling some of his starters. Right now it's just one player checking in, their team captain, Jeff Gallego, returning for NU. Try to normalize things. This is a guy who I mentioned is known for his composure on the court. He's that type of leader na hindi mabilis magalit, hindi mabilis ma-frustrate. And he knows what to say and how to say instructions onto his teammates. Which is also a testament to how knowledgeable he is on the court. Because he knows how to quickly adjust in order to counter what the other team is doing against NU. Akaak with the approach. Didn't work. Ooh, scramble on the other end. Leading to this counter. Combination. It's Yuan Mendoza finding the right zone. Again, it's not necessarily all power for Yuan Mendoza. Just gets to the right spot. 15-10. Panessa with the serve. Opposite hit. Ball was sent back. Bamba will give it up to NU. Chance. Combination again. And down it goes for Kobe Akaak. Suddenly things are looking better for NU ever since that switch of setters. Panessa serves again. Navarro with the receive. And a back row hit. It's slow though for Casabar. 7-point advantage. Ooh, that ball's gonna hit the electric fan, which means it's outside in favor of Charles Panessa and the rest of NU. Charles will serve again, trying to make Ate Cassandra proud. Ball up by UP. Here's Navarro against 2 blockers. Coverage wasn't perfect there. Bit of a miscue on the side of UPIS. Timeout, Coach Harris. Charles Panessa continues to serve for NU Nazareth. Ball in, receive by Casabar. There's his partner, Jem Navarro, with the hit. We shall continue. Off speed there for UN Mendoza. Counter for JM. No, sir. The wall is present in front of him. Francisco, Akaak, and Mendoza forming it. Just so hard to break it down. JM did do something a while ago, which was just drop the ball, get it over the blockers first, and then onto the middle of the defense. Let's see if he will do something like that in the next sequences. Gallego will send it to the open. Yuan Mendoza. Well, that set was tight for him. He just tried to hit that ball straight to the ground. Unfortunately, it hit the net. So it sailed straight outside. It's 11 serving 20. You have the other Bamba inside the court now. It's Marcos Bamba. The is Marco, their libero, wearing jersey number 3. Here's Yuan Mendoza, able to send that ball to the back. Japet Casabar could not get it up anymore. 10-point advantage for NU. Milben Francisco. Ball up by Japet in the push. Ooh, Parungao. Looks like he committed the violation. Yes, he crossed the line. An error there for Noah. You have your whole foot crossing the line, and there you go. It's going to be a clear call for our referees. Milben Francisco. Straight to the back onto Marcos Bamba. And here's JM Navarro. That's in! Straight to zone 1. Good sign for the team captain and the only graduating player of UPIS. 12 serving 22 now. Received by co-captain Sherwin Retiro. And it's an attack point for Yuan Mendoza. Serving now is Kobe Akaak. The lefty sending that ball in. Rabi, back row, JM, ball deflected. Yes, that was a check ball. Nice attack point from Mr. Navarro. You see that the ball changed its trajectory as it went through the hands of the blockers. Oh. Overset there, but it still works. So it's a point for Jeff Gallego. Obviously, unintentional, but they'll take it. 11 set points for NU. 24-13, it's an ace. That will end set number 2 with a point for Yuan Mendoza. That has happened countless times already in this matchup. The ball being aided by the net, resulting to another service ace. So, it was a bit of a slower start for NU in the second set, but because of the setter change, they're able to pull away the latter part. Some highlights, JM Navarro continuing to pour in the points for UPIS as he is the #1 option for them. And there's their second option, Japet Casabar, to try to counter the points of Charles Vanessa and company. Some attacks from the middle as well. We have Milben Francisco also producing for NU Nazareth School. There you see our tally so far in this matchup, 25-8 and 25-13. Back inside the Adamson University Gym in San Marcelino for a matchup between the UPIS Fighting Maroons and the National University Nazareth School Bullpups. NU is currently on top, 2 sets to none against the much younger team of Coach Hans Chuacuco. There's those youngsters that I was talking about. So far, Jim Navarro has had another busy day for himself. Obviously, as the #1 option for UPIS. On the other end, it's Irilis Kasim, who started off very well, gaining a lot of attack points at the start of this matchup, but he was benched in set number 2 in favor of their second unit, which is no surprise when it comes to a move being made by Coach Edgar Baroga in this matchup. Of course, if you're the coach of NU, you'd want the sets of Jeff Gallego to be distributed. You'd want your players to get some more exposure. But as I say that, it looks like he just returned most of his starters, if not all. Let me just survey the court. Well, yes, this is their starting 6. So we're back to how it was like, or how it looked in set number 1. On the other end, for Coach Hans Chuacuco, it's still the same players. So let's see if the trend that started in the first set will continue here in this matchup. Jeff Gallego will be serving. Jeff is one of the taller setters that we have in UAAP High School Boys Volleyball, which should be no surprise, especially when you look at him as a setter of NU, because the collegiate program also features a tall and talented setter who goes by the name Joshua Retamar. Lefty hit there for Cart Lascuña. Gallego serves again. Straight to the back. Rabi onto JM Navarro. The ball was blocked, but it sailed straight onto the antenna, which means it's outside in favor of this guy, Lawrence Rabi, and the rest of UPIS. Service now for Mr. Rabi. Attack from the middle. Looks like Lascuña got the ball off of the hands of a UPIS blocker. Ooh, an error though from the service line for Cart Lascuña. But as you can see, Coach Edgar Baroga is looking oh so calm at the sideline. Back with UPIS, it's Raven Pascual. Straight onto Sherwin Retiro. It's Matthew Abbott who scores. Three to 2. Glention sending it onto Parungao. And that's another point for NU. By the way, let me check what I just said. No, it wasn't Noah Parungao who received the ball. It was Japet Casabar. Nevertheless, here's the back set that Jeff Gallego was able to find. Irilis Kasim. Rabi will give it up onto JM Navarro. That didn't work for UPIS. Ooh, a miss hit by Kasim. But obviously, that wasn't an easy set to receive. It's usually when you have to twist your body that indicates it's not the easiest of setups. Rabi. They open up, and it will work for UPIS. That was Japet Casabar with the point. UPIS keeping it tight here in set number 3. We're tied at 4. That's a nice receive. And the drop by Eager. The connection between those two players, Jeff Gallego and Miguel Eager, is just so wonderful. You know, it might not have been the best in terms of setups in that play, but it still worked for them. And I did talk to Miguel Eager about his tandem with Jeff Gallego. And he shared to me that before, they would even have arguments on the court, no? Hindi maganda yung connection nila. Hindi pa masyadong maayos yung chemistry nila. But through time, these types of things can happen. Just because they've been working together. That's a much better give by Jeff. Onto the slide by the half Austrian, half Filipino, who hails from Puerto Princesa. Service error. That's by Irilis Kasim. And so, it still is a tight game. 5 serving 6. Let's see if you can, or if we can see another deadlock provided to us by UPIS as Arif Gamon just served. Ball returned, but it went out. That's a point for NU. It seems like we're going to see a change. Kasim will check out, and their backup center will return. That's Kalel Ronquillo. This is going to be interesting. You have Ronquillo and Gallego working together now. So we have 2 setters on the court for NU. Ooh. Oh, wow. So that's the purpose of it. It's Jeff Gallego who gets the attack point. Okay. Very interesting. That answers all of our questions. Let's see if Jeff Gallego can continue scoring for NU. As now it's Matthew Abbott who just scored a point with an ace. And there's the reaction from Coach Charles, or from Coach Hans Chuacuco. Nine to 5. Matthew sends it in. Rabi, back row. JM Navarro, ball deflected, and a good chance for the guys in white. And when you have 2 setters, it makes attacking so easy. What an interesting dynamic for National University. 9 serving 5. Let me check that. It's now 10 serving 5. Matthew Abbott. Service ace. Make it 11 to 5 now in set number 3. Timeout, Coach Hans. We shall continue. It's a 6-point advantage for Matthew Abbott and the rest of NU. Misreceived there by Marco Bamba. Leading onto a point for the guys in white again. Tough chase for Lawrence Rabi. Had to go straight to the back row to at least save the sequence, to no avail. Abbott serves again. Better receive. Back row. Blockers were there. And here's the Cunha. Tough save by JM Navarro. Ooh, what a dive. Great effort by UPIS. A chance ball for NU though. And the effort is all worth it as Coach Hans' team gets the point. I hope we can get a camera on him right now. He's turning red. Just feeling oh so proud because of that sequence. Couple of saves from the guys in black and maroon. Leading on to an error by Cartlas Cunha.